Okay, it's me, Al, back again. I am going to invite Miss RD back up if she pops into my room. We were chatting, but I just realized that I could not get the stream to be live. So, yeah. Where is Miss Lee? Calling Lee RD. Oh, 3 people. Okay. Let me check and see what's going on YouTube here on my other end. If it ever opens up. Okay, good. All right. We are back with Miss Lee RD somewhere in the stream, I think. Are you there, Lee? Somewhere? Welcome back, 10 people. I closed and then Lee wanted to come up. So she came up and it was too late. And I started talking to her and realized I was not live anymore. So I decided to open up and go live again so we can talk to Lee. All right. All right, Miss Lee. I am so sorry.
That's quite all right. So
Okay.
I guess I'll start when I ask the question.
Okay.
So what was the most interesting part for you of Amber's testimony?
Yeah, you said the most shocking originally.
Yeah,
And I
okay,
said
okay.
the most
What was the
shocking
most-
thing for me
Yes,
was
yes.
that Amber had the guts to get up there and act the fool like she did. Okay, now you were telling me about your thing.
Yeah, I think what shocked me the most was it's like she was making up more stuff as she went along. Now she's got the knee on the back, she's got punches in the back of her head, she's walking on broken glass. I mean, this is just like it's like she's off the chains.
She's embellishing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she sure likes talking about her woman parts.
Yeah, I mean, it's just and then what's bothering me is we got to wait until what next Monday. Well, we have the judge. What the trial is a whole week break, but that gives everybody plenty of time.
Yeah, but what I don't get is she's like, don't watch anything about this, don't discuss it. Come on, how is she going to stop that if she sent them to their homes?
Oh, sure. How could a jury, anyone? Yeah, and then another thing I had mentioned to you is, like I told I said earlier. I mean, I have grandchildren. They're so sharp. They can, they certain things they're smarter than I am. I mean,
yeah.
But I am concerned that the jury is so young. Because it took. I'm speaking on behalf of myself. It took me many years to realize some of the things that now, this narcissism, the manipulation, the duper's delight. I didn't know any of this. That takes years to know about these things. Life experience teaches a lot, but I'm not saying that because they're young, a lot of this may go over their head. I'm not saying that, but I do have a concern because it is a civil trial. It has to be a unanimous decision. All you need is one holdout. And this could retrial.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's my concern. Another thing, a lot of these live recordings are not coming in. I believe also her previous domestic violence, where she did get arrested.
Yeah.
She did go into court, and then it was thrown out. I guess her wife at the time didn't report
press charges.
So that previous relationship, I believe, I'm not 100% certain that they were together and they were married, but they were together for 5 years when she met Johnny.
Right.
And he was with Vanessa 10 to 14 years at that point. So, but all the faces she's making on the stand, with her teeth and the growling.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Johnny had said, since you said you've been watching the trial intently, as I have, he'd come home with his boots on. She'd take his boots off.
Yes.
And then one day he came home and she was on the phone. So he took the boots off himself.
Yeah.
And she went over and she got angry. And he saw her face and her anger, a part of her he had never saw. Her mask fell right then and there.
Yep.
You don't do that. I do that. That's my job. And that's when he said that's when her mask slipped right then and there. But I'm sure if Johnny looks back, because they went back together again after the broken finger, after the finger was severed. Probably in hindsight, he should have said what really happened and had her arrested at that point.
Yes.
But he was covering for her, protecting her, which is what people that are victims of abuse do. They stick up for, no, he or she didn't mean that. No, he or she probably worked hard today and was just cranky. Victims do cover for their abuser
Sure.
during a relationship and that's why a lot of times victims don't get believed when these relationships end.
Very true.
Okay.
Yep.
But I really think, in fact, to me, this is a life-changing watershed, whatever you want to call it, case. Because I know men that have been abused by women.
Oh yeah.
They won't come forward. They're ashamed. They hide it. Yeah. And from the research that I've been doing, more men have been going to therapy and to psychologists and psychiatrists saying, hey, my wife or partner's abusing me. So more men, as a result of this case, already more men are coming forward and seeking help.
That's good.
Yeah, it is really good.
Well, and Amber Heard is clearly demonstrating just how manipulative and innocent a woman can play. I mean,
Well, the thing is, this all started, this coincided with the Me Too movement.
Yes.
And she wanted to be an ambassador for the UC, how do you say it?
Me Too.
The UCALU or whatever.
The UCLA, yeah.
Yeah, she wanted to be an ambassador. Yeah. So she never gave the $7 million to charity. She only gave $350,000. Johnny gave $1,000. Elon Musk gave $500,000 to the UCALU. And also, there was witnesses that came forth that they all knew the article was about Johnny Depp.
Well, yeah. It's like people that come on here, including myself. When I talk cryptically, people know who I'm talking about. People know who everybody's talking about, even though you don't mention names.
Right.
You know by the characteristics. Oh, yeah, that's how they are, Oh,
well,
they
must tell. If you're around a long time, I mean, I can tell just by, even if the name's not familiar, I can tell just by the way the comments are written.
Yeah.
More or less who it is.
That is true.
Yeah. So now maybe I'll get some work done around here since the case is off for a week.
I know, that's what I said too. Although I was kind of working in between doing housework and stuff.
Yeah, well, every day I do a little something. When I was younger, I could sweep through a huge house in 3 hours. Now I do one room at a time.
Right.
But I just make sure before I go to bed, the kitchen's absolutely clean and garbage is out of the house. That's it.
Yep.
And then my toilet bowls, I clean every time I use it. So, that's a terrible thing to talk about. But, certainly everyone's a stickler with certain things,
If I can talk about a squatty potty, you can talk about a toilet bowl.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah. You never know who's coming over.
That's right. That's true.
But there's so much they're not allowing in. For instance, the makeup artist that did her face for that show, the day after she claimed she had a broken nose and black and blue all over, signed an affidavit that there was absolutely nothing on her face, not a mark, nothing.
That's
So
interesting because I did say I didn't know if they have subpoenaed any of the doctors that supposedly, worked on either one of them. And
the umbrella guy showed the deposition today. I mean, he's
oh,
really. I think. I mean, there's so. One thing is there's so many new channels
mm-hmm.
that have arisen.
Yeah.
I mean I mean they're getting 10, 20,000 subs a day, but
Mhm.
there's a lot of lawyers started channels,
Yes.
and it's and popcorn planets going through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good. You don't mind I mention other channels, right?
I don't care.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I mean, some of these channels are really going through the charts, but the um, the content's fantastic and the guests are fantastic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've been around for a long time, and this is really boosting many, many, many good, interesting channels.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, if you're going to start a channel, this is the time to do it.
Yeah. And I would rather talk about this kind of, if you want to call it true crime, than people being tortured, abused, killed. I don't want to talk about
Absolutely. I can't deal with anything with children, you know?
it. And that too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and also going after victims of crime, which
Right.
we saw happening in our neck of the woods here. I thought was absolutely, I don't know, is incredulous the right word?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't even take it. I mean, you know what I mean? Couldn't watch any of that.
No.
And then I saw your little video clip of the good old days. Yes, it was the good old days. 3, 4 years ago, we had so much fun on here.
Yep. That is true.
But you know, it'll get back.
Yeah. Life evolves eventually. Comes back around.
Last night I didn't watch it. Excuse me. But I saw. Are we getting interference, or is it just me hearing that?
Interference? Oh,
Yeah.
probably my fans. You're probably hearing my fans.
No. Oh, yeah. I kept hearing a squeaking. I don't know if it's.
Oh, that might be the cat. That might
Oh,
be my cat that you're hearing. Those two are over here being lovey-dovey with each other, the two brothers.
W's.
That's the Bobo and the Maverick, right?
Well, I'm so glad you got your kitty back.
I know, me too.
Oh my
He's not
God.
happy with me right now because he doesn't like his collar. He hates wearing that collar.
What does it have? His name on it, or?
Yeah, it has his name and our address and phone number and stuff on it in case he gets out.
You know what? I had a friend that had a house. Now, this is something interesting. And they made like a chicken wire,
Mm-hmm.
a chicken outside the window. They did like a chicken wire box,
Yeah, catio.
and the cats could go in and out that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they had, oh, God knows how many cats.
Yeah, catio.
And in fact, she passed away, and we were friends. And whenever any little thing with my Toby, I would call her.
Mm-hmm.
One time she said, you could give him a half of an aspirin and see what happens. And another time, nope, you got to get him to the bed. Okay, so she knew everything about, and yeah, she passed away. And
Sorry.
my daughter called me when she passed away. But that's what they had, and their cats would go in and out that way, so they wouldn't go to the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's something you could put together.
No, we already had one. We took it down.
Why?
We wanted to let them go free and let them roam around the yard.
I know.
They only stay in the yard anyway now. So, and I don't
Okay.
think Bobo left the yard. I think Bobo got trapped in the shed. That's what I think happened because our shed was a disaster at that time. It was before I cleaned it.
Oh, you could have been stuck in there.
Yeah, I think he was stuck in there because that's exactly where he goes now. When I let him out, he goes right to the shed.
Okay.
So I think he was living in there, but there was no food out there. So he was emaciated by the time we got him back. I had to nurse him back to health.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah. He's good now. He's very healthy.
Oh,
They all are. Mavi almost died too when he was little. Maverick, he got real sick and we almost lost him. I nursed him back to health. I got some of that kitten formula and would feed it to him. He's doing good now, aren't you, Mav? He's a happy camper. He still can't see very well, but he was born that way. So there's Mavi.
Well,
I'm pretty strapping.
All that's ended well. Baby.
I think I'm just good at nursing cats back to health. I just have the touch or something. I don't know. And there's Neo. He's our forest cat.
Yeah.
He loves being outside. He prefers being outside. But yeah, Bobo runs right into the shed every time he goes out. He likes being in there. So that tells me he probably did not go far. All that time we were looking everywhere except where he was.
Well, I'm glad it had a happy ending.
Me too. That was a
So
nightmare.
now, talking about the, I'm not, this is, I'm pretty sure, and I don't want to say what it is or anything else, but he's already signed a movie deal. And he will be flying out in the summer.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for this movie. It's going to be spectacular. So, yeah, like you said, when you saw my comment, probably just wants to get this out of the way and get back to work. But he had a small part in Into the Woods.
I know. I saw that movie.
The little part that he was in, and I watched that with my grandkids more than once, and they love it. I mean, we get up and sing the songs and all that stuff. And the little part that Johnny plays, I thought was brilliant.
Yeah. He plays the wolf, doesn't he?
Yeah, with the
Big Bad Wolf.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I'm interested to see what happens. I don't know if they can call other witnesses in. I wish I had the witness list.
I know.
Another thing I don't understand is time crunch. This side has 26 hours left. That side has 25 hours left.
I know. Yeah.
When Jodi Arias was on stand for 18 days? You know what I really believe? And I can't stay on much longer because I got something I have to do.
No problem. Me too.
But I want to say that I really and truly believe, because on one of the tapes, she had said, or she said it on the stand.
She said what?
She said it on the stand or on one of the tapes. I was afraid he was going to kill me by accident. Or I'd be found dead, but he would have killed me by accident or whatever. I see so much Jodi Arias traits in this woman.
Oh yeah, a lot of people do.
That I actually believe that if he did not have all these bodyguards, he would have been killed, and she would have been saying all this. And once they got married, she was already filming, taking pictures. It's like she had everything pre-planned.
So you're kind of leaning towards psychopath or sociopath, which a lot of people are.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. A lot of people are leaning towards that. She's definitely got the eyes of one. Do you remember? I don't know if it was you I was talking to. No, I think it was somebody else about Sampaco eyes. The way the eyes sit in the eye socket. She's got what's called Sampaco eyes. Look that up when you get a chance.
Okay, I never heard of that. How do you say that?
Sampaco eyes.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find something on. I can maybe get you a link. Sampaco eyes. I noticed that about her. I don't know if anybody else commented or noticed about her, but I definitely did right away.
No, I really and truly believe we would have found this man dead. We'd be watching a murder trial now, and she'd have all this proof. How she, it was an accident. She had to kill him. He attacked her. What did Jodi Arias say? He attacked me. He a linebacker pose. Yeah, it was all baloney.
Yeah.
The guy's sleeping. He was working 15 hours a day on Pirate 5. He'd come home, he was exhausted. She'd take a picture and say he blacked out. Another thing I wanted to say, he always said that he was a musician, not at first, and an actor second. Because I've been
Right.
watching Johnny since he was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I liked him. And he's a musician first, an actor second. So he's a
Right.
rock and roller. He's a mellow guy.
Yeah.
He's
He's
rock
an
and roll.
introvert.
Yeah, they destroy rooms and they do drugs but everyone has attested to the fact that he was a mellow. Some people
Yeah.
drink to get angry. Some people drink and then mellow out, or smoke pot and mellow out. But she
Mm-hmm.
drank 2 bottles of wine a day. Plus, she did all these drugs.
Yeah.
Johnny wasn't doing that when he was working.
Right. I already know how even wine can affect people because of my friend that died from it. And I know when she would drink wine, she totally changed personality.
Oh, I know someone that a few glasses of wine, it was just like a whole nother personality.
Yes, it was.
Like a maniac.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some people have a glass or two of wine and I'm going to sleep. You know what I mean?
That would be me.
Yeah. I mean,
That would be me. I
yeah,
cannot stay awake.
alcohol affects everyone different.
Yeah, it does. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of insights on her, but none of them are good that I hear. I don't hear very many people in her favor.
Yeah, but see, we're not a juror. We don't know.
I know, so it doesn't matter, but we're
And
still
we
gonna all
know
give our opinions.
we know a lot more than the people on the jury.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But I really and truly believe, whether Johnny wins or not, public opinion is all on mostly on Johnny's side.
Mm-hmm.
He got his story out. I don't think he cares about the 50 million. She don't have 50 million.
Mm.
He don't care about it.
Hmm.
But I really think, I just wanted to say this before I have to go, the judge.
Uh-huh.
I started thinking in the beginning of the trial that I think the judge is not making proper calls in a lot of cases. But in the beginning, I felt she was biased. But I see she is now neutral. I've seen a change in the judge.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, to me, she appeared biased towards Amber Heard's side.
Really?
I really put that up. And now, to me, she's completely neutral, more fair, and I believe doing her job to a higher degree.
It doesn't seem like that's the general consensus from what I can see.
What do you see?
Well, a lot of people are saying that the judge is she's throwing Amber's whole thing, into the waste bin, her whole testimony, like, no, you're wrong. I mean, look up like the judge and Amber Heard, like all the videos and stuff that have been put out there about that.
I will.
She's throwing out her testimony, basically saying, no, that's not admissible. And you're lying.
Okay, but see, in the beginning, to me, she was biased in her favor.
Yeah, I know.
Now I see her as neutral. You're seeing her as now.
I'm seeing her as pro Johnny, anti Amber. That's how I'm seeing her.
Okay, so
I don't think she's buying Amber's act either, to be honest. I don't think any normal, decent judge would buy that baloney on the stand.
I'm going to look that up, but I definitely see a change in the judge from the beginning of the trial.
It's interesting.
To now, to current.
Yeah.
So, okay, so what you're saying is the consensus is that now she's against AH.
Yes, she's finding
I'm seeing her more as neutral, but I will check what you said. How do I look it up?
Just look up Amber Heard and then just put like judge discredit.
Amber Heard and judge. Okay, something to that effect. Well, it's going to be interesting, and I hope we talk about it some more.
Yeah, it definitely will be interesting to see how it all pans out. I just figured, when I went on and talked about Chris Watts years ago, people loved that. They're like, oh my gosh, do more of that and whatever. And you know me, I'm not really into the whole true crime thing. I'd rather just chit chat. But this just really interested me because I started listening to it back when they were together. I didn't know she had a girlfriend and all that. I never heard of any of that. But I knew that Johnny Depp and her were fighting and that there was a lot of speculation as to where the abuse was coming from even back then. And I was like, well, this is kind of interesting. Now it actually came to some sort of head and Johnny's suing, and I didn't know what that was all about either because I didn't know anything that happened. But it's definitely been a fascinating journey all the way. And watching Amber was just like, wow, that's a case study right there for me.
Yeah, right.
Very much a lot of tells in that, and then listening to the people analyze her behavior and her micro expressions and stuff has been really interesting for me. It appealed to the psychology side of me, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, we'll see
Yeah,
as the world turns.
As the world turns. There we go.
Yep.
All right, I have to go, and as always, it's a pleasure, Dee,
Yeah, you too.
to catch you live, and when we get a chance to talk.
Yeah.
And to everyone in chat, everybody stay safe, and you're all wonderful people. And I'm gonna bop around the house, but I'll be listening while I'm doing things. Okay.
I'm probably not going to be on a whole lot longer either. I got stuff I got to do.
All right.
And since I already went live once.
Well, I'll say adieu.
All righty.
Adios.
Adios.
Bye for now.
Bye. Okay, before I go again, does anybody want to come up and talk? Feel free. If not, I will definitely close this time and stay closed. I don't like being rude, and when somebody wants to come up, if I'm like just catching them as I'm signing off, I'm going to stop in my tracks and say, whoa, wait a minute, put the brakes on. Lee wanted to come up, so yeah, that's what you just saw. Anyway, I guess I will conclude there. I'm just working on my sticker painting thing now that I did the whole first Amber Heard thing. By now, Amber Heard's going to be upset that she has the last name Heard, I think, because everybody's calling her a turd. I have not called her that, but I just personally don't click with the lady at all. Would not click with her. Feels too phony, feels too much like my former narcissistic mentor. And yeah, I would not feel comfortable around her. So, but we will see how it all ends up for the sake of Hollywood or whatever. I don't know. I don't know why they do these things, but it's entertaining in a kind of odd sense of the word, I guess. Definitely gives Amber and I something to talk about more than just what's going on in her neck of the woods and mine. So yeah, I think that's it. I will let y'all go because nobody wants to talk. And we will talk again soon. Be blessed, everybody. Shalom.